So we've had a few also really interesting takes on the campaign trail of what Donald Trump has stated. He's done a lot of rallies over the past week. And let's take a look and see what good old Donald Trump had to say on some of his more highlight reels from this past weekend.
Out that the 950 is a misnomer because you can steal whatever you want, you can go way above. But you'd see, originally you saw kids walk in with calculators. They were calculated. They didn't want to go over the $950. They're standing with calculators, adding it up. You know, these are smart people. They're not so stupid, but they have to be taught. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge. Congressman Kelly, put him in charge for one day.
What?
Mike, would you say, he's right here, he's a great congressman. Would you say, Mike, that if you were in charge, you would say, oh, please, don't touch them, let them rob your store. All these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent, the city doesn't have money. It's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately. End immediately.
What did he just say? Did he just advocate for the purge? Excuse me, what? What did he just say? Yeah, guys, you heard that right. If you had one really rough night. Okay. I didn't know that was our new policy. That's some pretty wild stuff right there. But it gets better. Here we go.
Mention that, they go, oh, he's fallen into a trap. Because you ever see that? Whenever I criticize.
By the way, this rally here was absolutely unhinged. If you've not seen it, definitely give it a check. We can't watch it all tonight, but this rally was him addressing how to end migrant crime, and it was full of hateful rhetoric. It was full of hateful speech. I did not enjoy it at all. It was very disgusting.
They say, all the stupid people, the anchors back there, no, they say, he fell into a trap, her trap. She can't set a mental trap. There is no. But if she says something wrong, like in the debate, she said something wrong, I question it. She said another thing wrong, I made her look bad. She said another thing. They don't want me to ever question. They said, oh.
First of all, he didn't make her question anything. If anything, you made all of us in the United States question our own sanity, first and foremost. Second of all, she did absolutely get you to fall into a trap because you sat there and now have not stopped complaining about your crowd sizes, even to today's rally. So you absolutely fell into a trap. There's no doubt about that. And you didn't make her question anything, to be clear. This is where I think that he needs to kind of stick to the script and not veer too far from it. Here's another one of it, which is, and we'll just chat with you guys. So Donald Trump also mentioned, where is Kamala Harris's father? I'd love to speak to him. Nobody's heard from him.
A Marxist thing, I don't know. And where is her father? I'd love to speak to him. I'd love to speak to him because nobody's heard from him, but I would like to speak to him. Maybe that's a Marxist.
So that's something to me is just disgusting. This entire campaign, I've not heard one message of unity. I've heard messages and messages and messages and messages about how we are not like you, and not in a good way. I have heard talk about Haitians. I've heard talked about our migrants that have a lighter skin tone. I've heard derogatory remarks about where is Kamala Harris's father. Seems a bit kind of on the racist side, doesn't it? This is pretty disgusting behavior. And you know what? This is the funny thing we were talking about is Kamala Harris winning or not. Let's take a look at this one here. This is a bit of a funny clip here.
Superpower, which we were.
Watch all these people. I love watching this video. Watch all these people come down right through here and they leave. And watch this guy. This guy's reaction is pretty funny.
In the process of doing, and it won't even be hard. Here is the deal that I will be offering to every major company and manufacturer on earth. We will cut your taxes from 21% down to 15% and give you every possible advantage, but only if you make your product here in America and hire American workers for the job.
The funny thing about that is that they have these signs and they're trying to cover it. I thought I had this clip laid out, but more people start funneling out from this area. And this guy is looking like, oh man, I'm gonna be on TV. His face is so hilarious. He just kind of looks like he's defeated. He's like, this isn't gonna work for me. He's like, this just isn't gonna work for me. And here's what happened today. Here's I think this is pretty funny. Listen to how bad this sounds. First of all, they need to do his makeup around his eyes. They missed him on a spray tan here.
Your basketball arena, we're all sort of set, and we're going to do Green Bay. We'll do it the day before the game as opposed to the day of the game. But Michaela graduated with honors from high school in May and is going to school for...
The funny thing about this, the funny thing about this clip here that we just watched was Donald Trump just earlier, only a few hours ago. I just saw this clip like maybe a few minutes before going live. Only a few hours before this clip, he was sitting there at a rally going, you know, isn't it great to have a president that doesn't read off of a script and blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait a minute. You're reading off of a script now. And the funny thing about this is he's touted this line now at least 4 times in the past 2 weeks. So what I'm led to believe is when he touts this line about him not reading a teleprompter, he's probably reading the teleprompter from the teleprompter. He's probably sitting there saying, oh, I don't want to really read from the teleprompter, as he's looking right at the teleprompter, telling him to talk about the teleprompter. It's a really funny set of events.